There was an ink attack. He was attacked also with eggs, but Arvind Kejriwal says he will take on Narendra Modi at Varanasi. And headlines today's Ruchika Tomar now joins us with the latest from Varanasi. Ruchika, take us through the day's developments.
Well, thank you, Gaurav. We are joining all our viewers from Varanasi this evening, and it played along the scripted lines for Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi Party today in the Temple Town, from where Arvind Kejriwal launched his battle cry. Right from the word go, he pressed the right buttons, be it visiting the ghats and the temples or reaching out to his core constituency. But what was perhaps least surprising was the referendum that was held out here at the Aam Aadmi Party rally in Varanasi. Typical to his style, Arvind Kejriwal asked the people who had gathered here, most of them his supporters, the volunteers of Aam Aadmi Party who had come from all over the country, and apart from that, some of the people who were just curious to know what Arvind Kejriwal is all about. Arvind Kejriwal went ahead and asked the question to people whether they want him to contest from Varanasi. That was a referendum that he had said he would be seeking from the people, with a lot of people chanting yes. Arvind Kejriwal declared his candidature from the city of Varanasi, taking on Narendra Modi. What do people here make of it? Let's just speak directly to them and find out what do they make of Arvind Kejriwal's rally here in Varanasi. We're joined by a local here. Remember, this rally took place in a Muslim-dominated area. That too, of course, must have been kept in mind, keeping in mind the core constituency here, around 3 lakh Muslim voters from Varanasi, which will form a crucial part of Arvind Kejriwal's vote bank. कैसा लगा आज आपको अरविंद केजरीवाल यहाँ पर आए और उन्होंने काफी आप लोगों को वादे भी किए, काफी बताया भी कि किस लिए आपको नरेंद्र मोदी को वोट नहीं करना चाहिए?
बहुत अच्छा लगा उनको आने से, और ऐसा है कि हम लोग ये समझते हैं कि भाई भ्रष्टाचार बहुत दिनों से हो रहा है, और हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि भाई बीजेपी भी बहुत दिनों से वाराणसी में है, मगर कोई विकास नहीं हो रहा है। मड़ुआडीह में देखिए, पुल देखिए कितना जाम है, पुल आज तक से नहीं बना।
That's in fact very interesting, because some of the issues that have been raised by Arvind Kejriwal, they related to river, sewer, and at the same time he talked about the weaver community. That is one of the election chants as well of the Aam Aadmi Party. We have someone from Gujarat who had come here all the way. आप गुजरात से यहाँ आए हैं, आप आम आदमी पार्टी को सपोर्ट करते हैं। आपको जिस तरह से अरविंद केजरीवाल ने बात करी आज गुजरात के बारे में, खास तौर के गुजरात के चीफ मिनिस्टर के बारे में, उसको लेकर आप क्या कहेंगे?
ये केजरीवाल साहब 100% सही है। मैं सीनियर क्लास 1 ऑफिसर हूँ बॉम्बे आई में। वो गुजरात में विकास किसका? 2 नंबर बिल्डरों का, उद्योगपति का, भ्रष्टाचारियों का विकास हो। अहमदाबाद के आजू बाजू खेडूतों की 40% जमीन ले ली है, बाकी बिल्डरों की कम ली है। भ्रष्टाचार के शर्ट नहीं पहनने की मेरी प्रतिज्ञा है। 8 साल से मैं ठंडी गर्मी में ऐसा ही रहता हूँ।
Okay, let me just add a caveat here. Most of the people here who we are speaking to are the people who are either Arvind Kejriwal supporters, volunteers, or those who wanted to listen to Arvind Kejriwal. We do not have any of those people who support Narendra Modi, so which is why perhaps these are the kinds of reactions that we are getting. But at the same time, let's just quickly run our viewers through what we witnessed through the day. Well, in the similar fashion like we witnessed in Gujarat, when Arvind Kejriwal had gone on his reality check visit to Narendra Modi's state, there was an ink attack on the Aam Aadmi Party chief. But undeterred, Arvind Kejriwal carried on. In fact, he made it a point to mention it in his speech. And not just Kejriwal, all the leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party who made speeches from this podium here, they did mention about this attack, talking about how their voices are being muzzled and how these attacks are being directed by people from the BJP. Well, whether there is evidence for that or not, that's another matter altogether. But as far as his accusations and point scoring is concerned, everything played according to the script, Gaurav.
Okay, and the pictures that we see on our television screens, there was an ink attack, black flags, eggs thrown at him, but he was undeterred. Let's listen in to what Arvind Kejriwal said when he reached Varanasi. The symbolism was all there, a holy dip in the Ganges. In the evening when he was speaking at Benia Bagh, he stopped at the time of the Azan. The signs, the symbols were all there. Let's listen in to Arvind Kejriwal.
मैं वाराणसी से चुनाव क्यों लड़ना चाहता हूं? मुझे सांसद बनने का कोई शौक नहीं है दोस्तों। मुझे एमपी बनने का कोई शौक नहीं है। एमपी बनने का शौक होता तो कोई सेफ सीट ढूंढ लेता। सारे नेता सेफ सीट ढूंढ रहे हैं अपने लिए। जहां से जीतने की उम्मीद होती है वहां से ढूंढते हैं। मैं वहां जाके लड़ता हूं जहां पे किसी को हराने के लिए लड़ा जाता है, जहां पे इस देश को लूटने वालों को हराने के लिए लड़ा जाता है।
So even in Varanasi, he launched an attack on the Gujarat Chief Minister and the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. He talked about Ambani and Adani, and he said there was no development either in Gujarat or in Varanasi in the BJP regime when there was a BJP MP at Varanasi. He's promising that development. Will he be able to deliver? Remains the big question. The crowds, were they 5,000, 8,000 or 10,000? Those are pictures that you see on your television screen. Let's listen in to reactions that are coming in from across the spectrum.
Do we clearly know who did this? Because I remember in the Ramlila Maidan or Jantar Mantar when ink was daubed on the face of one of the Aam Aadmi leaders, it turned out to be their own man. So I'm not even going to respond on this till they establish and till everybody establishes as to who has done this. So it will be premature of me to even comment, and if they want to live on presumptions, it's there much before the facts are established. They have been saying a lot of these sort of things, and every time they've said it, it has been established, it's their own people.
So the Congress and the BJP clearly not taking Arvind Kejriwal seriously. Are they making the same mistake that happened in Delhi? Or do they have the benefit of the hindsight now? Ruchika Tomar, you've been in Varanasi for some days now. You've been talking to a cross-section of people. How many people came for the Benia Bagh rally? 5,000, 8,000, 10,000? And what is it that Varanasi is saying? What's the buzz in Varanasi?
Well, as far as hazarding a guess for the number of people who attended this rally of Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, I'd leave that to his detractors and the Aam Aadmi Party to clarify. It did seem like a large number of people. The party had said that they want the grounds for at least 10 to 20,000 people. It did look like more than 10,000 people, but I can't be sure of the numbers. But a good response, nevertheless, to the rally, considering it was taking place in a Muslim-dominated area. Like I mentioned, the arithmetic here, which was certainly kept in mind. Let's quickly talk to the people and figure out how the response is. आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी, अरविंद केजरीवाल को आपने टेलीविजन पे बहुत देखा होगा, आज पहली बार आपने वाराणसी में देखा, क्या समझते हैं आप, किस तरह के प्रत्याशी रहे?
बिल्कुल अच्छे प्रत्याशी हैं। जो काम इन्होंने दिल्ली में किया है, जैसे कि बिजली के दाम उन्होंने वहाँ पे आधे किए थे और जो पानी 7 लीटर मुफ्त किया था, सेम चीज़ हम लोग चाह रहे हैं कि वो बनारस में आए और बनारस के लोगों के लिए भी करें।
जी, आप बताइए।
अरविंद केजरीवाल का बनारस में हम लोग बहुत स्वागत करते हैं और उनको यहाँ से हम लोग 1 लाख से अधिक वोटों से।
उनको क्या कहेंगे जो कहते हैं कि सेफ सीट है नरेंद्र मोदी के लिए, यहाँ कोई चांस ही नहीं है, यहाँ की कोई चांस ही नहीं है, आप बताइए।
जो कहते हैं कि ये सेफ नरेंद्र मोदी के लिए है, वो चोर हैं। ये धर्मनिरपेक्ष देश है और यहाँ बनारस के लोग सभी धर्मों के लोग मिलकर रहते हैं। यहाँ कभी दंगा नहीं होना चाहते हैं।
मैम, क्या हमारा भारत ऐसा ही है कि चाय बेचने वाला मुख्यमंत्री हो जाता है, वो पीएम के लिए उम्मीदवारी करता है और एक आईआईटी क्वालिफाई, मैम वो पीएम बनने की पोस्ट पे नहीं है। मैम आई थिंक दैट अरविंद केजरीवाल हैज ग्रेटर एबिलिटी इन कंपैरिजन टू मोदी फॉर बीइंग अ पीएम।
नरेंद्र मोदी को इस बार काशी की जनता झाड़ू से नरेंद्र मोदी को इस बार काशी की जनता झाड़ू से झाड़ेंगे और पूरे देश से उसको निकालेंगे, क्या है कि उसका पोल खोल चुके हैं।
एक आम आदमी पार्टी की तरह जैसे जिस तरह से अरविंद केजरीवाल ने सभी जनता से
जैसे शीला दीक्षित को दिल्ली में हराएगा, वैसे ही नरेंद्र मोदी को वाराणसी में हराया जाएगा।
So there you heard it. That is the sentiment here, at least among the people who attended this rally, that Narendra Modi will be beaten by Arvind Kejriwal. Kejriwal will prove to be the giant slayer that he turned out to be in the Delhi elections, Gaurav.
For the moment, Ruchika Tomar, many thanks for joining me. That's the headlines today. Live presentation that came to you from Benia Bagh in Varanasi, where that rally was held. Of course, there was tremendous opposition to Arvind Kejriwal earlier in the day when he went to the temples. There was an ink attack. There was also an egg attack. But for the moment, we are now shifting focus. We'll take you to Rajasthan, where there's infighting within the BJP. A day after Jaswant Singh, former defense minister, external affairs minister, trained his guns at the Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje, she has hit back and hard. Vasundhara Raje threw her weight behind the BJP candidate and her choice from Bardmer, Colonel Sonaram Chaudhary. Raje accompanied Colonel Sonaram Chaudhary as he filed his papers. She returned Jaswant Singh's fire from the dais. The Rajasthan Chief Minister said the victory that Colonel Sonaram Chaudhary will have in Barmer will vindicate her stand. She said nobody is greater than the party.
टिकट किस व्यक्ति को हम देंगे वो किसी एक व्यक्ति के हक पे नहीं, हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं की आवाज पे हमने देने का यह प्रयोग किया है। अगर पार्टी को हमने परिवार माना है तो पार्टी जो निर्णय करती है उस निर्णय के साथ हम सबको जाना पड़ेगा, ये बहुत सारी जरूरत है।
Colonel Chaudhary, Jaswant Singh has hit out at you saying that someone who used to abuse the party leaders, the BJP's leaders till 2 months back has joined the party, has been given the ticket. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I have not abused any party, any leadership. When we discuss on the party lines, definitely we discuss about what the party is doing, what is their schemes, what is their manifesto. So as far as BJP is concerned, well, they have done well before also. When I was Congress on issue based, why you say BJP? Even I have within Congress, I have in last 10-12 years, I have been telling Congress leaders that your leadership, especially Rajasthan leadership, is not doing well. I have told in the Lok Sabha, 98, Ashok Gehlot was sent as a CM, I was member of parliament. 2 years I was with him. 2000, now 2014, like 13-14 years, I have been very critical about leadership.
Sir, in some quarters, it is being interpreted that you have joined the BJP at the behest of Vasundhara Raje. She is trying to sideline Jaswant Singh, and that is why you have been made to join the party and been given the ticket.
Since you have used the Madam Vasundhara Raje ji, I have seen her when she was a minister. I was in Congress. I've seen her performance. Then I've seen her performance 2003 to 2008. What type of development she had done for Rajasthan. I've seen development under the leadership of Ashok Gehlot ji from 2008 to 2013. Congress.
And joining me now for the latest from Barmer is headlines today is Dev Ankur Singh Vadhavan. Dev, there is no way that a rapprochement is possible now because there was some talk of some attempts being made, but the way Vasundhara Raje returned the fire, that clearly doesn't seem to be happening.
Absolutely true, Gaurav. Now it's an ego tussle which is clearly at play in Rajasthan. On one side, you have a former union minister who has served under Vajpayee government, has been the defense minister, the foreign minister, and also the external affairs minister. And on the other side, you have the current Rajasthan chief minister. There is a long cold war that had been going out between the two of them, but now everything is out there for everyone to see right now. After Jaswant Singh went ahead and filed his nomination and the emotional outburst that was on display yesterday from Jaswant's side, Vasundhara Raje came out all guns blazing. She supported the retired Colonel Sonaram Chaudhary in a brazen manner. She said that no one from the party is allowed to raise the dissenting voice out in the open. It's like a family, and when the party leader, when the family head, meaning Rajnath Singh, had taken the decision, he should have abided by that. That was the undertone. She brought forward several leaders of the party, Gaurav, who she claimed were denied tickets in the past but stayed loyal to the party. So in a way, she was clearly mocking at the senior leader, and all those claims that were made by Jaswant Singh were rebutted by Vasundhara Raje openly at the rally today.
Yes, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more. There is a story that we want to focus on, and that is a major success for the security forces. Years after he allegedly killed hundreds of innocent Indians in Hyderabad, in Patna, in Mumbai, in Varanasi, the head of the terrorist organization Indian Mujahideen in India, Tehseen Akhtar alias Monu, has finally been arrested from the Nepal border. The police say this is a major success for them, a closure for several cases.